So in 2.7a, we're going to go to the review section on page 30. Can you put your phone away, please?
Yep.
Actually, put it on the floor, because you like to hang out on the wall.
Oh, you can see me now, right?
All right. So we're going to go ahead a page here. And we're going to look at the review because you guys have a test coming up. And this is a long section. So we're going to hit the review first. And then I'm going to talk about one of them from the 2.7a part. All right, so the review. Are you ready, Ethan? You're my calculator today. Here we go. Mike says he's absolutely sure that Green Bay Packers will win the Super Bowl. So according to him, what's the probability that they win? He's absolutely 100% champ. Yep.
Oh, wait.
Or we're on the review on page 30.
Wait, is this
Page 30.
30?
Yep.
30. All
The
right.
review part of it. We're going to do that first because you guys have a test coming up, I think early next week. So we're going to kind of focus on some of the review and then we'll go back.
Okay.
All right. So you were correct. 100% chance. So Nick is playing a hand of poker and he folds, which means he's no longer playing. He's like, I'm out. My cards aren't good enough. There's no way he can win. So what do we say the probability of him winning is? 0. Yeah, if it's going to happen for sure, 100%. If it never can happen, 0%. You have a pencil? Oh, my Lord, have mercy. All right, next one up. If there's a 60% chance, actually there is. This is true. It's supposed to snow tomorrow. Did you know that? Actually, I think there's like a 100% chance.
40% chance.
Yeah, excellent, Ethan. So if there's a 60% chance of snow,
Dude, you
the
don't.
probability it won't snow is 40%. They have to add up to 100. What do they have to add up to, Nick? 100. So if the probability of Nick losing his shoe today is 30%, what's the probability he doesn't lose his shoe?
70%.
Perfect.
You don't even need a. I didn't even need a
Perfect.
calculator.
Now, not yet, we don't. Which of the following could be probabilities? Probabilities have to be between
I'm not smart.
0 and 100%, and they can't be negative. A is good.
Zero.
0 is good.
Yeah. G. One.
Let's see, G, nope, we can't be over 1.
Oh,
And
Oh,
we
wait,
can't be negative.
H.
25%.
H is good, that's 100%.
I.
Let me see, I is great.
Alright, C.
C is great, that's 98%.
And then that's all.
That's excellent. Good. Can't be negative, can't be over 100%. Good job, Ethan. Now it says write out a sample space for rolling a 6-sided die. A sample space is just what you can get. So you put it in the brackets, and if I say, Champ, roll this dice, he could get 1 through 6. I'm not sure if they can hear you, that's why I'm repeating your answers. Okay? So now I'm having Champ actually roll that 6-sided dice. When you're doing probability, the total is always on the bottom. So we're going to go like this, 6, because he already gave me the sample space, and we know this is the beginning of the chapter, which you guys actually were good at. I can tell you're answering them correctly right now. So, what's the probability that he rolls a 4? 1, nope. 1 out of 6. Now, can you change that, Ethan? Can you be my calculator and do 1 divided by 6 for me?
1 divided by 6.
Yep.
0.16666. So
So
0.16 repeated 7.
There we go. So 16.6%, let's say.
Yep.
Remember, you move that decimal over too. So Nick, when it says probability of rolling an even, I go back to my sample space and I count up how many evens there are. It's always the total on the bottom, what you want on the top, right? So Nick, how many evens are there in my sample space? 3, right? Which makes sense because half of them are even and half of them are odd. So this is a half or 50%. That makes sense. Odds would have been the same thing. Now it says, how about a number greater than 4? How many are greater than 4 in your sample space? 2. And if you divide that on a calculator, you get 33% or 33.3%. How about rolling a number less than 7?
6.
6 out of 6. Yeah. So what percent is that? 100, Nick. Excellent. If somebody said, I'll give you $50 if you roll a number less than 7, you better take them up on it, right?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
No, no question.
Yeah.
How about rolling a number greater than or equal to 1? Also, 100%. All right, so you can kind of tell they're going to ask you questions about dice and about cards. All right, so for 52 cards, that's the denominator. So when you guys are taking your test, it's either late this week or early next week. You always put that total possible on the bottom.
My test is in like 3 weeks.
3? No way.
Doubt it.
'Cause you
They-
finished
they
the
do like a
chapter
test
today.
every 2 weeks, don't they?
Yeah, you finished the chapter today. So.
Yeah, we're doing a review for this week and part of next week.
Oh, I'll have to ask them when the test is.
Next week, like the whole week.
No way. I think it's this week, the whole week's review.
I really hope we don't have a test for the next, like,
I'll go ask.
that'd be great.
I thought I'm
You do it, champ. Go ask Mr. Janan.
Aww.
Let's say, hey, when's our
Who?
Mr. Janan? He's the next door and he doesn't have a class in right now, so right there. And say, Mrs. Brew wants to know when our test is for stats. All right, are you ready, guys? So, in a deck of cards, how many aces are there? 4.
Okay, yeah, I definitely knew that.
Yep, there's 4, 1 of each suit. Okay? So when you reduce that, that's 1/13. And I don't know if you guys are told to do fractions or percents. I don't think it matters as long as you get it right. So we'll leave that as a fraction. So in your deck of cards, right, there's diamonds, clubs, spades, and hearts,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
So what fraction of the deck do you think is diamonds?
Next Monday or Tuesday?
Next Monday
Oh, yeah.
and Tuesday.
Okay, listen, so if there's 4 out of 52, then you can do 52 minus 4, so that's 48 divided by
Oh, I'm so sorry.
4. Yep.
No,
Yeah, you can do 48 divided by 4.
you need to have, there's 4 suits.
12 diamonds.
There's
And
13.
12. 13. Okay,
Yeah,
that
a
was
fourth of
close
the deck.
enough, I feel.
A fourth of the deck is diamonds, a fourth is clubs. So if you reduce this fraction, so instead of, you might just want to say a fourth, because there's 4 different suits. So a fourth are diamonds. How many cards in a whole deck are the ace of diamonds?
No, I don't.
Ace of diamonds. There's 4 aces. 1. Exactly. There's 1 ace of diamond, 1 of each suit. Now, do you guys know in your deck of cards how many 4s are there?
Let me think. 4.
Yes. How many 6s are there?
4.
4. So how many 4s or 6s are there?
8.
8. We add when it says or. So that's our first review. That went way back to the beginning. You guys were rock solid on that though, right? That was good. You're great at the first part. Now we're going to go back a page. I'm going to do this one with you, and you're going to do the next one by yourself. And maybe we can even go enter
Oh, we're going
2.78.
back a page.
We're going back a page. We did the review. This is what was from Wednesday.
Oh, that's so
It's
easy.
called a conditional table. And so I want you on the side to go over here and write a couple things. Are you ready? The total is always on the bottom. Go ahead and write that over there. What you want is always on the top. That's one thing. Or means you add.
What do you about that?
All right, and the word, if it says, what's the probability of A given that B has already happened, and a lot of times there'll be a slash like that if they don't have the word given. Then on the bottom is the B, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And on the top is the A.
Wait, what does that say? I'm so confused. That seems like, a given B?
Yep, well, I just said I'll show you one of those in just a second.
Okay.
Here it is. Actually, letter C is that kind, but we're going to keep the word given out of it for now, for the first 2. Here's what we've got going. You always need the total. So total number of females or girls is 714. This just all gets added up. They already did it for you though. Boys, 661. Bachelor's degree total, master's degree in college, professional degree, doctorate degree.
Ethan.
Whenever you do these, The total across has to equal the total down, but this is the total number of people who were surveyed in the bottom right corner. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it says, what's the probability that a randomly selected person up here is a female? Well, on the bottom has to be the grand total of people. That's a grand total of females. That's what we want. So that gets to go on the top. How many people total were surveyed? How many people were surveyed? Thank you. 1,375. And that we definitely need a calculator for, kiddo. Ethan, you're up. 1,714 divided by. So if it doesn't have the word given in it, you put the grand total on the bottom and what we want on the top. And again, that grand total is in this bottom right-hand corner. Okay?
0.519.
0.519.
0.5192.
Okay, so we'll say about 52% because it's 51.9 when we scoot that decimal over. So about half.
I guess.
Now it says, what's the probability that a randomly selected person is a guy? There's no given in here. So we just want the total number of people on the bottom and the guys on the top. So Champ, how many guys were surveyed, or males, according to this table? Thank you. And Champ, how many total people were surveyed?
Oh my God.
Perfect. And Ethan, I could have you go divide it, but they're either boys or girls, so it's the rest of them that had to be the guys, to be honest.
48.
So it has to be 48%. We can kind of outsmart it a little bit if you think about it like that. Now, this is what you were asking me about. What does this mean with the given? It says, what is the probability that a randomly selected degree recipient is a woman given that they got a master's degree? The given part goes on the bottom, not the grand total. So you need to find how many people had a master's degree according from that chart.
Yep.
How many people are master's degrees? 293, perfect. And now we put the women on the top. How many of those were women? 128, exactly. And I do need a calculator for that, Ethan, so have at it. So do you see, Champ, when it has that word given in it, this becomes our denominator. If not, the grand total is our denominator.
0.438.
0.438.
Or 0.36. So
let's do 43.6%, or about 44. I don't know what you're supposed to enter on the computer. They'll probably tell you.
Wait, but it was 0.436, not 43.6.
When you do percents, you move the decimal over.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
All right. So now this little bar means given. That's the notation in math. A lot of times they make notation so they don't have to write what is the probability that they have a bachelor's degree given that they're male. That's what all this means. So that means the word given, right? And where did I say we put the given? Bottom. So we need to know how many males total there are. That's our denominator. I'm not looking at the chart anymore, but how many? 661 guys. And then our bachelor's degree on the top. It almost looks like a fraction. Bachelor's degree over males. See what I mean? So it looks good. So how many had a bachelor's degree total?
980.
How many?
980. Total, yeah.
That doesn't seem right. Bachelor's degree, given that they were male.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, you have the wrong total on the bottom, I think. Bachelor's degree, given that they were males.
Oh, you said total.
Yeah. So where's our bachelor's degree, given that they were males? Yeah. Where is it? There it is. Yes. 400, you gave me the wrong number for the top. And then the bottom, because I know you can't go over 100%, right? And my total for bachelor's or males is 661. All right, so I want you guys, this is what you're gonna do right here. You're gonna go fill in your totals. So take a minute to fill in your totals. You're gonna do the total sophomores in the school club, total juniors, total seniors. And then you're gonna do total males, you're gonna fill it all in. If you do it right, your number right there should be the same whether you look at the rows or the columns. So go fill in your totals, Ethan.
So in the total is what? Oh yeah, I knew that.
Did you fill it in? Okay, so you should have done 10 sophomores, 7 juniors, 3 seniors, for a total of 20 kids, right? This way, when we divide them into males and females, we get 9 and 11. If it doesn't add up to this number, that number's off. That is the denominator of your fraction unless it's a given problem. So I want you to go right here. Do you see the word given in here? No. So what's the denominator of your fraction? 20. Juniors or females. And what did we say that the word or means in here? What do you do when it says or? You add them. So you have to find your juniors or your females. So go add up your juniors, which you already have totaled, and the females is already totaled, right? So what two numbers are we going to be adding?
11 and 3.
11 and juniors, females. You're right for the females, that's 11. How many juniors are there? 7 total. Perfect. Ethan, you're up. 18/20 as a percent.
What's the percent? Never mind. It's 0.9, so 90%.
90%. Perfect. 90%. All right, are you ready? Nick, you're up. There's no word given in here, so my total is the grand total. What's going on the bottom of my fraction? I called him Nick though. 20. Yeah, you were right, champ. The grand total, unless you see that word given or see this slash. Okay? Next up, sophomore or senior. And what did we say we do for or, champ, again? Add. So you need to find your sophomores. Ethan, how many sophomores are there total in this club?
10.
10. How many seniors are there in this club, Nick? 3. So what should be on the top of this fraction? Perfect. Go ahead. You're up, Ethan. Percent us. Champ, you're the calculator on Wednesday. Good trade-off. I think Nick did it twice in a row. So.
65%.
Perfect. 65%. Now you're already changing the percents as we go. Now you have to be a junior and you have to be a male. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be a junior and a male. What does the word and mean? Multiply. Okay? So we have to take our juniors. How many juniors are there?
We got exactly
How
7
many juniors are there?
7.
7. And you have to be a male. How many males are there? 9. Junior and male. Or is add and is multiply.
Alright, so I gotta do 7 times 9 and 20 times 20. Wait, no.
Yep.
No, you turn around, yeah, you do, you do 20 times 9.
No, you were right.
I thought
You
it
go
flipped.
straight across.
Yeah, just keep the number.
Really?
Yep, you were right with what you first said.
What?
7
I
times
thought you were supposed to flip one of them.
Nope,
When
that's when you're solving.
Oh no, isn't that when you're dividing?
Yes, the answer is yes, but go get us a
Okay,
Fraction.
60.
decimal for that sucker.
15%.
15%.
Well, actually, that would be 16 because it's 15.7.
Perfect, thank you.
0.1575.
Those of you at home, just do it yourself on the calculator. So now I want you guys to skip ahead. I'm gonna stop recording because I don't like them to go over